WNBA Players Association, the union, the league, finally meet face to face for the showdown of all throwdown. Shout out to Bobby Flay. If you know, you know. Head to head, talking CBA, negotiating a deal, and it went exactly as we expected.
The WNBA Players Association and league officials finally met face-to-face in what can only be described as the ultimate showdown. Shout out to Bobby Flay. If you know, you know. They went head-to-head over the CBA, and the talks unfolded exactly how we all saw coming. The WNBA is playing with fire, and guess what? The extinguisher's nowhere in sight. From superstar meltdowns to fans disappearing like Houdini, this league feels one TikTok tantrum away from a full-blown implosion. Is this still a sports league, or has it morphed into a sneaker-clad reality show? Stick around. We're breaking down how the WNBA might be on the brink of self-sabotage. It's chaotic, dramatic, and unintentionally hilarious. Let's get into the spiral. Asterisk, asterisk.
A lockout is looming for the WNBA, and I think it's about time that people start recognizing that that is probably the direction of what is going to happen with the WNBA, as yesterday's meetings didn't seem to go all that well. And that's directly from the mouth of players, and with what's going on in their comments, which they made yesterday or even today. I'm not sure when they made.
These players are out here acting like they're the Avengers, but in reality, it's more like a low-budget soap opera, just with sneakers and sponsorship logos. Somewhere along the way, marketable got swapped out for unbearable, and the WNBA Players Association seems fully committed to the rebrand.
Association asking for abnormal things. Oh, but we want 50% of revenue share. Oh, but we want this and we want that. Yeah, it didn't go over too well, folks. It didn't go over too well. And with every statement that we hear from the Players Association, from their representatives, from their executive director, and every non-statement we hear from the league, it just continues to kick this can down the road, heading toward a WN.
At this point, it's barely about basketball. It's turned into a live group therapy session, every pick and roll dripping with resentment, side eyes, and subtweets. Somewhere along the way, they decided that accusing fans of racism was a viable growth strategy. Forget improving the game or focusing on stats. The new game plan? Alienate the very audience you're begging to care. Because nothing says, we're building a loyal fan base. Like firing off broad accusations between missed layups and Instagram meltdowns. That should really help fill those empty seats.
All been wondering, what are these players' demands in these CBA negotiations? What are they asking for? Are they asking for Rolls Royces? Are they asking for Jason Tatum contracts? We don't know what they asking for. We wanted answers, and Gabby Williams gave them to us this morning. Oh man, she was cooking with hot grease. Gabby Williams was cooking with hot grease. She was clocking tea, is what they call it. Gabby Williams went in this morning about how bad the CBA negotiations went with the owners and how the players' words went in one ear and out.
And now, the strike talk. Oh no, the horror. Time to clutch our pearls because a group of athletes earning six figures for half a season of basketball are threatening to walk out. Here's the punchline. Outside of the 400 people attending the average game, who would even notice? You can't hold a league hostage when the hostage doesn't know it's been taken. It's like trying to ransom a sock puppet. By all means, strike. Sit out. Honestly, the league might gain fans from the peace and quiet.
Do I hope there's a WNBA walkout? I do. I hope the women of the WNBA walk out like they're threatening. The WNBA's Players Union. They announced that the players will opt out of their current collective bargaining agreement with the league. That's right, they're opting out. They have that option. They announced just a day after the WNBA finals concluded that the Well, the New York Liberty, New York, which is good for the league, won. Big market. It won. Caitlin Clark, not a big market, but a big star. So they've won. But the league has lost, as we've talked about, $40 million.
Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is just trying to play basketball, while getting dragged into the WNBA's emotional group project. She's dealing with elbows, cold shoulders, media chaos, and now she's expected to weigh in on CBA talks? Hard pass. Caitlin, stay away from that table. Those negotiations aren't about policy. They're a Real Housewives reunion with sneakers. The vibe is toxic, the motives are personal, and jealousy hangs in the air like smoke. She's surrounded by players who treat success like a scarce resource, who act like every jersey not bearing their name is an insult. One compliment to someone else, and the group chat explodes. Honestly, she should be golfing, not sacrificing her sanity for a league more focused on tearing down its stars than lifting them up. And let's not forget, there's more drama inside the union than in some locker rooms. The WNBA president can't even keep the peace on her own team. It's all shade, tension, and chaos. Games feel like the commercial breaks between episodes.
You see from all these different interviews is there's a certain lack of understanding of business. And while I will always champion for people to get as much money as they possibly can, and they should fight for every dollar that they possibly can, they need to have some level of leverage and information that proves their stance, proves that they earned this compensation that they are so very...
When your union leader is beefing with teammates, it's not solidarity, it's dysfunction. Players averaging 6 points a game think they're leading a revolution, while refusing to shake Caitlin Clark's hand like it's some act of courage. It's not. It's petty. And it's turning fans off fast. The league office is watching attendance wobble. Sponsors are losing interest, and fans didn't sign up for a drama series disguised as sports. But the players think hashtags matter more than talent. Meanwhile, they keep poking at the one player actually lifting ratings. If self-sabotage was a sport, they'd be undefeated.
The league kind of ignored that and just put in whatever it is that they wanted. Now, it is no doubt that the WNBA is growing, right? We have new teams that are being added to the league that are going to be up to 18 in the next few years. We've seen record-breaking views, so it shouldn't shock anybody that the players are asking just for a way to reap some of those benefits. And from the looks of it, because it doesn't look like negotiations are going very well, it does look like the league is trending more towards a lockout, which obviously would not be good for anybody because right now this is at a stage of...
Caitlin Clark could nap midday and still do more for the WNBA than a roster full of grudge holders. The envy is loud. In every cheap shot, every bitter comment, every excuse for empty seats. It's not her fault. It's not the media. It's the product. And when someone finally brings life to it, they try to smother her with bitterness. Let them strike. Most people wouldn't notice. The league's fighting for relevance, and its own players keep cutting the oxygen. Clark should steer clear of the drama. She's the one bright spot, and they're too busy tearing her down to realize she's their best shot at survival.
Know what they're calling and what they're not. They know what to look for and what not. Caitlin Clark is a really big deal. And I wonder if they're not calling fouls on her on purpose. Now, I'm not saying that's why she got hurt. I mean, I'm not saying that. But I wonder, just watching these games, are they not calling fouls where she gets hit on purpose because the backlash and what could happen, the optics of, oh, Caitlin Clark getting all these foul calls, getting superstar foul calls, what that would do to the WNBA conversation. And
You gotta pay attention to the breadcrumbs. Pay attention to the breadcrumbs. She said it's a problem having games, 3 to 4 games a week. 3 to 4 games a week, which is crazy to me. I like 3 games a week is not that. Y'all want more money and less games is what it sound like. It sound like y'all want more money and less games, bruh.
So I don't think we're going to be able to play everyone 3 or 4 times.